All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's out there teaching and preaching in truth and in sincerity. I'm the brother Bartholomew from the GMS Memphis camp, back with another quick lesson. The title of this lesson is The Heart of a Fool. I'm going to get a few scriptures and I hope that it's edifying to the elect. So let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 4 to start, where it reads, matter of fact, I'm going to get it in the NLT, and I'm going to start at verse 3, where it says, sorrow is better than laughter, for sadness has a refining influence on us. Verse 4, a wise person thinks a lot about death, while a fool only thinks, Salakia, while a fool thinks only about having a good time. Meaning, a wise person is mindful of their surroundings, Like, for instance, when Lot was in Sodom and Gomorrah, could you imagine Lot going and partying with all of in Sodom and Gomorrah with all the weird stuff that was going on? No. At that point, he was in the house of mourning, and ultimately he had to escape in order to get out of there alive. He didn't love the conditions. He didn't love the little perks and the trinkets of living in a place like Sodom and Gomorrah, where it was wickedness and it was homosexuality at a high level there. You know, he was so vexed that he was in the house of, he was what the scriptures say, in the house of mourning, because this place is wicked, and these people are disgusting, and that's where we are here today, in Babylon the Great, aka America. We're in the house of mourning because we ain't got nothing to be overly happy about. Of course we can appreciate certain things, a newborn baby, you know, you know, but overall the spirit should be a spirit of mourning, because this is not our rest. We don't want to be here in this place. This place is vexing, it's disgusting, and it's despicable. So let me read that again. Let me get in the KJV, verse 4. It says, Ecclesiastes verse 7 and 4. It says, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. The heart of a fool is literally in just like I say, in like a party mind state. You blind, you don't know what's going on. Everything is a joke. Everything is a game to you, to a fool. Matter of fact, let me get Proverbs 10 and 23. Where it says, it is a sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding have wisdom. You see the difference, A fool is a man of no understanding, but a man of understanding hath wisdom. A fool, matter of fact, let me just get the definition of fool in the online etymology, which we know what a fool is, but we're going to just repetition is important in learning. So we go over these things over and over again, so we'll just know them on the fly. But this is fool in the online etymology, where it reads, silly, stupid, or ignorant person. Who want to be that? Somebody call you stupid, you ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a fool is. It's a silly, stupid, or ignorant person. An idiot, a jester, like a clown, like somebody, like you here to, you literally here to. We all like you remember the class clown of school. He was, he was always cracking jokes, and you know what I'm saying. That was the fool. That was the jester. That was his purpose was to make everybody laugh and, you know, be silly and stupid, you know. So let me go back to that Proverbs 10 and 23. It is sport. It is as sport to a fool to do mischief, you know. But a man of understanding have wisdom. It is literally a sport to be to a fool to be a blasphemer, to be matter of fact, let me go back to the online etymology, because it also says an adjective meaning mad or insane. A fool is insane, you know. And that's how you treat an insane person when you meet them out on the. You don't take them serious. You know, they come up babbling, talking crazy. You know, uh, saying with these incoherent words. You know, this a damn fool right here. You don't take them serious. You know, that man is insane. You know, that's a fool for you. So Proverbs 10 and 23, once again, it says, it is as sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding have wisdom. You know, going back to that original scripture in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 4, where it says, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. You know, and I just want to drive that point home, because that's how you know where you are. That's a major discerner. You know what I'm saying? Where is your mentality? You know what I'm saying? Are you like in the spirit of, man, I like it here. You know, I like sleeping around with a bunch of different women. I like going to the club. I like I like eating crab legs and lobster. I know people personally that they not finna give up crab legs and lobster, but you a fool. You know what I'm saying? Because those abominable foods may very well be what cost you in these last days. You know, that's a fool. You know, somebody that just refused to adhere to what the Lord says. You know, ignorant meaning not knowing. So what's that? This is let me get that in Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Because in this kingdom, you know, you get, you know, it's like I say, it's great, it's fun. It's all about fun and having a good time, you know. But this ain't our rest, you know. We are, like the scriptures say in Baruch, we are yet this day in our captivity, and we want freedom. And that's really where your happiness is gonna come. Where your the time to celebrate and have fun is because we at the end of this thing. You understand? So being at the end, hey, we really need to buckle down and get in that spirit of mourning and, you know, practicing, rehearsing the righteous acts. Like what it's saying, let me get a scripture right in Matthew real quick. Matthew 24, verse 46. Let me get it in NLT. This is Matthew 24 and 46 in the NLT. Because it says, if the master returns and finds that the servant has done a good job, there will be a reward. And that's Matthew 24 and 46 in the NLT. So that we in the house of mourning, we in the mindset of mourning, the mindset of rehearsing the righteous acts. So the death angel can pass over us like it did our foreparents in Egypt, you know, in the book of Exodus. You know, we want to remain busy. We want to remain diligent, and like the scriptures say, you know, make thy calling and election sure. You know, we want to be when the Lord get here. We want to be doing what we supposed to do, so the Lord don't catch us off guard like a thief in the night. Let me get one more scripture. This is Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 24, verse 7, where it says, Wisdom is too high for a fool. He openeth not his mouth at the gate. So, you know, that's why when you are teaching and preaching, you got to shake off the dust. When you meet a fool, you know, don't entertain what the scriptures say. Avoid foolish questions. You know, you know. Let's say because this wisdom is too high for a fool. He don't get it because he's engulfed in his mirth. He's engulfed in his folly. You know, like the scriptures say, folly is set in great dignity. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to be a part of that, you know, because in this kingdom it's upside down. A fool will be a goddamn millionaire, you know, a millionaire, a billionaire, you know what I'm saying? And the righteous man will be poor at the bottom because this kingdom is upside down. So that's the end of the lesson. I hope that you brothers learn something. Shalom.